Okay, I think I did it. Welcome. Hello, Brittany.
Hi,
So glad
Jenny.
to have you this evening. Hello to anybody watching. This is Heart of a Mother, and it's Sunroom Week. And I'm Jenny, and I have Brittany, one of our Sunroom members, on with me live right now to talk about our Sunroom membership and her experience, and just to kind of have a little fun. Maybe hear some good reminders about homeschooling that we all need to hear at the beginning of this busy week. So before we dive in, I've got questions for you and some fun things, but do you want to just kind of tell everybody a little introduction about yourself that is relevant?
Sure. My name is Brittany Moran. I live outside of the Phoenix area, so it's still pretty warm right now in November while the rest of the country is getting snow. Um, we have two daughters that are 10 and 12 years old, about to turn 11 and 13. So we're right in the thick of things. This is our sixth year homeschooling. And Jenny reminded me, I think I've been in the sunroom 3.5 years now.
Wow.
But we lead, I mean, we're homeschoolers, but you know how that name is. We are at home, but outside of the home equally as much. My girls are very involved in equine activities. So we just have two horses now, and they're doing all the horsey things and other activities like co-op and gymnastics and things like that too. So we lead a full and great life, but we love it.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. Okay, so before we talk more about the sunroom, I'm going to do a few like this or that questions. So just
Okay.
tell me whichever one just jumps out at you first as your preference, and see and learn a little bit more about you. Okay. All right. So first question, do you prefer a morning basket or an afternoon tea time?
Ooh. Morning basket. I like to get started with my kids right away.
Beautiful, beautiful. How about St. Francis or St. Augustine?
Ooh, probably St. Francis. I mean,
No
that's hard,
choices.
both, but St.
Sure.
Francis.
Okay. Super awesome, super awesome. Would you prefer to go to the museum or the zoo?
Ooh, probably the museum, depending on what the type of museum.
Fair, absolutely fair. All right. How about your preference, daily mass or adoration? Hard
Ooh.
one.
Ooh. Um, well, this season of life is really hard to get to either. So,
Fair.
daily mass.
Okay.
Yeah.
And finally, library trips or subscription boxes?
Ooh. Subscription boxes. There's
Ooh,
something about getting fun mail.
fun mail, right to your house,
Yes.
special delivery. Awesome. Love it. Thanks for sharing that. But yeah, so Brittany has been one of our longtime center members and offered to come on and just share about her experiences and, kind of spread awareness about our membership, but also just kind of celebrate this beautiful gift of homeschooling, right? It's been really fun to get to know you over the past few years and walk with you on this journey. But tell us, so you said, I think it's 3.5 years ish since you've joined. What was your kind of impetus to join the Sunroom in the first place?
Feeling like a chicken with my head cut off, basically, running around doing all the things and not knowing quite how to structure and if I was even in the right ball field.
Mm,
Um, I was the reluctant homeschooler. It was my husband who, uh, I mean, deep down, I wanted to, but I went through those moments of self-doubt and do I have what it takes? Am I doing enough? All those things. But I knew I needed the guidance of someone who had been there before me and who knows. And that those are the people that introduced us to homeschooling to begin with, some trusted friends. And so I knew I needed kind of the push in the next direction to help me figure out the ins and outs of it all.
hmm Right. To really kind of figure out what's next and where do we go from here and those kind of things. Once you had already kind of like, okay, now I know what this is, but what should we be doing kind of story. I love that. Yes,
Absolutely.
I remember talking with you a lot about choices and how there's so many good things out there to do both academically and socially and extracurricularly, but like choosing which is the right fit is a discernment
Yes.
process.
Absolutely. And for us, it's ongoing. It's not like a one and done.
Right.
But as the seasons change too, it's continual discernment. And some days I feel almost like daily discernment.
Yes, that makes sense. The seasons change and we have to discern all over again.
Yes.
What would you say is your favorite part of being in the sunroom with us?
My favorite part is, oh, there's so many, but I guess I just really look forward to it. I see it on I have, the physical planner, and I also have, Google calendar on my phone too. So whenever I see it pop up or whenever I'm at my desk and looking, it's just, I don't know, I see it and I feel joyful. I know it's a feeling of hope. So whether I'm coming to glean information, to ask a question, or just to be around other like-minded women who are not only looking to do homeschooling and further that for their families, but also living virtuous lives and making faith a core part of their family lives. I look forward to it. So it's always a hopeful thing on my calendar.
Oh, that's beautiful. That warms my heart. It's a really great thing well, on this journey we're on, I mean, you pointed out that homeschooling doesn't mean we're home all the time, but it does have a level of isolation to it as the mother because we're doing things for our kids and we have minimal time to, work on ourselves or engage with other women. So that's a beautiful gift. That's really neat.
Yeah,
Can you think of a couple of topics or things that we've discussed that have really helped you in the sunroom? Because we talk about kind of a whole gamut of everything, right? Homeschooling and homeschooling adjacent. But are there a
we
couple of
do.
topics that stand out?
One that I feel like I'm always asking no matter the season is what you've already stated. Like there are so many great choices, and I deal with a lot of decision fatigue and overwhelm. I mean, I try as hard as I can to simplify and streamline things for myself, for us as a family, and the other things that we're doing during our daily lives. And so to have a place to come to and to just ask, and either you or Stacy or Amy has tried it, or you know about it. It's just a wealth of information, so I know I'm going to get a great answer. Or if you don't know, you'll find out where to find it. And so I really appreciate that. So I'm always asking about that. And also, I guess so that could be curriculum choices, that could be extracurriculars that we've talked about, like whether to keep certain things in the schedule or when it's time to drop things and focus on different areas of life. Um, and then that too, just the ages and stages of development within my own children. What is normal, what is needs to be worked on, and also within myself too. Like, am I putting too much on them, or do I need to reflect inward and see, is it coming from me or is it coming from them? So those sorts of
Yeah.
things too.
Oh, those are great topics. Yeah, we definitely run the gamut and talk about all the things from sleep to math to whatever, right? But yeah,
Absolutely.
those are good representation of kind of where our conversations go. I think we've talked about tween girls multiple times in the past couple of months, and not just you, but other families. It's all kind of
Yes,
it can be a challenging season, so these topics come back around.
it
That's
can
really
be.
cool.
It's beautiful, but that's the thing too, because we're coming from a different sort of perspective. It's not the worldly looking at these young ladies and saying, "Ugh, they're just, they're entering that stage." Sure, but they need help and they need guidance. And how can I best serve them and cultivate this virtue again? And how am I cultivating it within myself? So sometimes I need that reminder too. What am I focusing
Mhm.
on?
Exactly. And the fact that at any age, behavior is communication. And it's our
Yes,
job to figure out what are they trying to communicate, even if they don't, even if it's subconscious and they don't know what they're saying. There's
yeah,
something they're trying to communicate in that behavior. Makes a lot of
absolutely.
sense. if looking back kind of from before you were in the sunroom and now that you've been in the sunroom for so long,
Mhm.
what has changed overall in your homeschooling or in your life that you could share?
I mean, there have been some physical changes with things as far as like curriculum. At the beginning, I was kind of piecing more together on my own, and now I'm a little more confident. Even if I am piecing it together or, using a program, I'm able to do that a little bit better. But I think honestly, it's been the confidence. Just knowing that I have a support out there, that I am able to ask questions, that I'm able to receive good advice, solid advice. I wouldn't just say advice, I would say wisdom. It's these things that you and Stacy and Amy have cultivated through your lives and your children that you are now passing down to us. And so it's not just a safety net, but it's also, and it's not just a support. It's the wisdom. It's not just, I don't know, it's not just confidence building, but that has been a key for me too. Because we moms are the ones setting it all and setting the tone for our homes too. So that is one of the biggest things that has changed, in addition to curriculum choices and things like that too. So
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, I think that it's it's key to remember that none of us are perfect. None of us are going to get it right every time, and we're very non-judgmental in the sunroom. We're very laid back about all and very honest about the
yeah,
mistakes that we have made, that we continue to make, and that you know we are comfortable sharing in that intimate community. And it's but we want to share what's worked, and we want you to find what works in that same spirit.
that is exactly it. That same spirit. It's not, I'm going to hoard this for myself. It's not like, not, we've been big into Lord of the Rings. It's not like Gollum holding on
Yeah,
to it.
right. Precious.
It's like, I, just because I found it, I want to, hold on to it for me and my family, or, for whatever
Yeah.
reason people do that. You really are. All three of you and the other women that come on the calls are just so willing to share. And again, it's wisdom. It's not just advice.
Yeah. It's beautiful. So one question I get a lot is how and why, I guess, but how do you find or make the time to attend the live call? Just kind of the core of the sunroom, even though there's other support factors like recorded classes and the forum. But how do you make the time to even use any of that?
Well, me personally, it's just boils down to putting it on my planner. And there are some that I can attend and some that I can't, but it's never a shame thing like, oh, well, you weren't on last time, or it's been 3 weeks since you've been here. Um, there's always like, hey, we're happy that you're back. It's a joyful reunion. And how can we help you if you have been gone? Has it been because things are going really well or life has gotten busy? And how can we get you, back to where you need? Um, but for me, it really is just putting it in my planner, making it a priority, letting my kids and husband know, like, I'm going to be on this call. I can mute it or I can not show my face, but I need you to be respectful of this too, because this benefits our entire family. In all honesty, it's not just me, it is for my entire family. And then also, you have sent out not only the reminder emails, but also you're so gracious in asking, like, what are the best times? You set different times during the week or give us different options to choose from and forms to fill out. Like, what are the key times where you are available? Because I mean, your time is precious too. You're donating this, but it's like your time is valuable and your family's time is valuable too. So, to best know where you can plug yourself and Amy and Stacy in is really key. So I find it very helpful because then I can focus on what my schedule looks like too and when I can attend.
That's a good point for those who may not know. In the sunroom, we every semester we send out a survey to the current membership and ask when are the best times and days for you to be on a live call. And that way we do our best to make sure that every member can attend at least 2 calls a month. So
Yeah.
a lot of our members come more than that, but we want to line up the times as much as possible. And so That's really important to me to know that you don't have to conform to what we insist upon. We try to be flexible and meet you where you are. Great.
Yes.
Well, thank you for this. This has been really beautiful. I guess I guess in closing, kind of what would you tell a mama who's like, oh, I don't need one more thing, and I'm overwhelmed, and the sunroom is just one more thing, and can it really help me? Or they can't, it's how do I how would you respond to that?
Well, that was me at the beginning too. How can I fit one more thing in? But this is truly something that again, it's just taking a look at your schedule. You are not forced to be anywhere at a specific time, but if these times do work for you, plan it in. And um, I really don't feel like it's not a time grab for me. It's, I'm being poured into, and I can't fill and serve my family if my cup is not full as well. And I need those times and moments with other women um, who have gone before me, who can not only answer my questions, but support me in my faith and virtue and cultivating a better sense of what it is to be a mother, a wife, an educator, all of these things, because we definitely go over, lifey topics too. So I really feel like this is, if if you have time to, sit and pour yourself a cup of coffee or tea, like this is what fills you up too. It's again, you can't pour from an empty cup. So for me, this is a need in my life. Um, and the sunroom genuinely fills it. It really does.
So happy to hear that. That's beautiful. Thank you. Yes, I know when I was oh, kind of midway through my homeschooling journey, and I discovered that spending time with other Catholic homeschooling moms was really life-giving. My husband commented upon it and was like, you need to do that more often because you come back better. And so, we would tell the children, like, this is where mom goes to become a better mom, right? So
Yes,
that she can come back to you and love you better and serve you better and educate you better and all those things. So that's really um, that's really what I try to pass on and what this is in Heart of a Mother and the Sunroom membership. So thank you for mentioning that. That's a beautiful gift that you give to your family by
it
taking the time.
is. It is. It is ultimately gets passed on to my family, and they, just as your husband mentioned, my husband and my children mention it too, and they know like the sunroom. It is. It's like mom's place. It's where she goes to recharge.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And grab your cup of tea and sit on the porch swing with us and chat about homeschooling. It's a great place.
it's
So,
true.
well, thank you
Stacy
so
will be
much
there
for.
on her
Oh,
swing for sure.
oh yes, Stacey will have her Dr. Pepper on her swing. Um, but yes, thank you so much for sharing your experiences and being here. This is Sunroom Week, which is just an opportunity for us to share with more people about the membership so that if there's a point in time when you or your friends need this type of support and community that's ongoing, we're here. We're here. We're open all the time. You can join at any time. There's no long-term commitments. It's month by month. Just because we know that the homeschooling lifestyle and the lives that we live are very busy and change all the time in different seasons. So if you want more information, head to the website, heartofamother.net, check out the sunroom, and we would love to welcome you to our front porch swing. Thank you for spending this time with me. I hope I get to see you soon on another call. Will you be on the masterclass or maybe tomorrow night's call?
I will be on both. Absolutely.
Exciting. Exciting.
Yes.
Awesome. All right. Well, we will see you shortly for that, and God bless you and your family.
God bless you, Jenny. Thank you so much.
Thank you.